All right. Welcome everyone to our December mastermind. We are going to be diving into some chat about the open because that's coming up. I'm curious what people are doing now to prepare or if you feel like you're behind, or if you feel like you're ahead of the game. I'm starting to see some people's stuff rolling out. So curious what everyone's up to. Just going to give a little bit of updates on our end. Not sure that I'll be able to share it. One, because I don't have a physical copy of it, but two, because I don't think we are ready for you guys to see it just yet. But very soon, if not this week, I think next week, we will be releasing in the marketing kit, in the toolkit, the open marketing plan. Obviously, just like everything in the marketing kit, it's optional. But if you are someone that could use a little bit of organization or a little bit of handhold there, um, it's pretty cool. So it's going to be laid out in like a 90, 60, 30-day plan for how you can start getting the word out. So looking at right now, sorry, I'm getting all these notifications. Do people have like note takers that they want admitted in AI note takers? Let me know if you want me to let one of those in. Um, yeah, so the 90-day plan is going to be starting essentially immediately. So some of you have already been doing maybe some, general chatting in classes to members about what the open is about, or having your coaches kind of talk about some favorite memories there. Some of you might already be talking about initiatives you do, maybe on the nutrition side of things or skill sessions or whatever it may be. But I did see some people mentioning in their newsletters. I'm copied on some gym owners' weekly newsletters, and I've seen some sort of teasing out the open is coming and what it means to them and why you want to get involved. Somewhat as also like now's a good time to come back to the gym if you've stepped away as well. So the marketing plan is going to evolve over the next 3 months and obviously lead us right to that 26.1 announcement. So I was hoping I would have one or two almost like PDF to just show in front of you of what it's going to be, but I guess maybe we're waiting because I thought those were going to be waiting for me this morning and they're not. So anyway, keep an eye out for those. I know, again, some of you don't need it, you do your own thing, but I think it's a really cool start. It was the first year we've ever done this, and I expect that it will only evolve in years to come from feedback we get. And now that we have the framework, I think we'll be able to get it out to owners sooner. Because I do know that some people are looking to do this stuff, make the plan in October so that they can start rolling with it in late November or right away at the beginning of December. So. Um, did you guys see that there is the option to now buy open registration codes in bulk or just buy them ahead of time? So you could gift one or you could buy 50 of them and sell them to your members with like an open package. So I know a lot of gyms put on their own open spectacular, their own inner gym competition or intramural. And this could be a way to package that along with other things, whether you're including training sessions or as part of your intramural, there's, a nutrition challenge that gets rolled into that, t-shirts, etc. And you can kind of roll it all into one single price that the person will pay you. And then all you would give them, you would issue them a code that they would use at checkout. And that would get them access to the pre-purchased open registration that you already took care of. So something to look at. Also, some similarities to last year when you're buying your open registration, you can do bundles again. There will be bundles like with a t-shirt and bundles with judges course, things like that. Let's see. I think
What are you drinking? It looks like you're drinking cough syrup. Oh, it literally looks like you were like chugging NyQuil.
Robitussin, just straight.
I ran out of
Yeah,
the
right.
house this morning. First time in probably 2 years, the coach didn't show up to work.
Oh
And
no.
so it was like, what was left over in the fridge, I just took and ran.
So Zia was just mocking you, talking about how a coach just fell into her lap.
I also had a coach last week sleep through
Oh,
the 5 a.m. So It's not all peaches and cream over here, my friend. That was the one time in 16 years occurrence that just happened to me.
Oh my God.
Very rare. We're very lucky on that.
Yeah.
But when it happens, it sucks.
Ugh. Are the coaches at least devastated when that happens? That's like, there's
My
no
coach just,
more
he had
fun.
a baby last week, so he's freaking exhausted and literally thought it was the baby monitor and it was his alarm. Like, he's worked for me for 10 years. He's never done.
Did you tell him that he also shouldn't ignore the baby monitor? Like,
I'm not
that's
getting in
their
their
Especially
better.
2
marital
weeks in.
stuff. Like,
We can't snooze our baby monitors.
Baby's
That's,
alive. He's
oh,
fine.
I just overslept because I thought it was just the baby, just the newborn. Amazing. Who's been checking out the Sport of Fitness podcast? Did you guys know that's back and running or up and running every Wednesday, 10 a.m.? That's where you're going to get open type updates, quarterfinal type of updates. It's not entirely game centric. The last few have been more about announcements pertaining to the open, and most recently was talking about the games and how the divisional games will also be at San Jose. So everything's going to be West Coast. Everything's going to be together in 1 week. Anyone blocking out some time to come to the conference that's before the games? See some head nods. Awesome. Even if the games is not your thing, really encourage you to try to get to the conference. That'll be the Tuesday, Wednesday, that week of the games, July 22nd, 23rd. Tickets are already on sale for that. I had one owner message me like, what's better? Should I go to the games or should I go to the conference? And I definitely would want more than just my opinion to weigh in there. And I kind of said, it's really like, what do you want? There will be educational opportunities during the games, but fewer and farther between. It's much more of like the festival of getting to watch the games events. But there absolutely will be talks and training sessions that you can attend. Whereas the conference, of course, is almost information overload. There are so many different options and tracks that you or your staff can sit in and listen. Most of them are lecture based. There are definitely some interactive ones where whether it be interactive roundtable around business or interactive like training, you're going to actually try out what this coach is teaching when it's different specialties. So a much broader mix there and much more densely packed in. But also there are some opportunities for socializing and chatting with other owners and getting to meet. There will also be vendors in both situations if you like to shop. So I was like, you're gonna get a little of both, depending on she was in a position where she couldn't afford to take a 6 day vacation and spend money on all the things. So which one? And so that's kind of the approach that I had. Zia, you've been to both last year. Do you have a
yeah.
vote on if you had to spend money, or does it really come down to what your interests are?
I mean, they're totally different, right? The games is the vacation, it's fun, and the affiliate gathering is going to better your business. But no, there's nothing to better your business at the CrossFit Games. That's just fun. So if you can only afford one, then that probably means you could be making more money. So I'd probably go to the affiliate gathering.
Yes, love it. Definitely.
And this year it's going to be even bigger and better. We've already started planning it. There's so many really cool things for affiliates and for the coaches. Like I'm going to bring all my coaches with me as like just like a coaching perk for them. Um, and it could be really, really fun and energizing for them too. So
Yeah.
I would
Tons of
definitely
positive
suggest going.
feedback after last year and agreed it's going to get bigger and better. Awesome. Ren's going to be there too with the whole crew. Love it.
Well, as many as we can. We've offered to pay for anyone who wants to go, but not everyone
Yeah.
wants to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're getting more participation now. It's improving.
yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
It's weird. Some people have lives outside of CrossFit.
I don't get it.
I don't understand it.
Things they have to do, I guess. But
Yeah.
um, very cool. Well, let's talk a little bit about, unless anyone has anything they pressing they wanted to ask to the other owners, to the group, wanted input on any one thing. My hope was to talk a little bit about the open, where your guys' heads are at this year for um, either how you're getting the word out or what if you're doing something different, or if you're like, no, I've got it all figured out. I'm going to stick to what I've been doing, and that's this. Um, I'd love to hear yeah, what people are up to right now with regards to that. It's sharing time.
I've honestly given zero thought to it until like that's a next month thing. We're trying to get through December's big challenge.
What's your December challenge?
We're trying to get through. We're doing Festivus,
Oh,
so based on Seinfeld. So over the next 2 weeks, we started Monday. We have challenges every single day. So like yesterday was airing of grievance. So they got to write everything that they dislike. So like mine was, I wish there were weight classes in CrossFit. And
all
then
CrossFit related complaints?
that's all CrossFit related. And then, but like it's fun and silly. It's not like
Of course.
we have rules people aren't bashing.
Yeah.
And then like we have feet to strength. So today is max meters on the ski erg in 1 minute. So you get points for participating, and for every coach that you beat, you get additional points.
Ooh.
But yeah, so it's a different challenge. Like tomorrow's ugly sweater. And then we do the training think tank snowman workout on Saturday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's a partners workout, and it's a chipper. For every movement you get done, you draw a part of the snowman. So we'll have like all these snowmen at the end of it, which will be great for our 80-degree heat wave we're having right now. And then we'll do like our 12 days of CrossFit and our big party on the 20th. So that wraps it up.
Nice. Got a lot. Is that
so through that?
Then we'll like the open is more like a January thought process for you typically, or do you feel behind because usually you do it differently?
We're kind of changing things to help, like kind of simplifying stuff, because we found that we were doing too much and trying to go too big, and people just wanted simpler things. So we've had like better participation so far on like the events that we're doing. As far as like, I usually try to plan 90 days out. So I realize it's a little bit earlier this year. So, but yeah, that's our big push for January, just to get that all ironed out.
Awesome.
We're already going to start advertising it though.
Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
The Festivus sounds fun.
Yeah, we've had a lot of participation, so it's been cool.
That's great. Who else is doing stuff or not doing stuff?
We're similar to Ren. We have not started. I just asked my head programmer if he's like been looking at it. He's like, no, not yet. So we need to get on it. But we've been really more focused because we do levels differently than the scaled one version. Most members do sign up just an internal intramural comp. But it's good to see there's other options out there now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Programming wise, we've started like we're in a gymnastics cycle right now. That's in preparation for the open, but like anything open related other than that, we haven't really started doing anything. We'll start advertising probably, January after the holidays and stuff. But we started programming for the open. We haven't really told them that though. We've just started, brushing up on gymnastics. We have our gymnastics class once a week that's like really focusing on like open related gymnastics skills. That's it. I've been working with Push Press they're trying to build out an intramural open format for affiliates.
When are they going to try to make that go live?
Hopefully they can get it together. We talked about it at the summit, and I was like, you got to do this. Do it for everybody. So they're working on it. We'll see if that can happen before.
Part of the CrossFit marketing kit will also include resources for an intramural if anyone's trying to do it for the first time. And those are stolen with permission from affiliate owners. Craig
Nicole Christensen, right? And he bought his from Nicole Christensen.
Yeah, so we have, and I think he might have adopted his slightly. I don't know if Nicole's is going to be. I shared the one Craig shared with me. I also shared one. No, I'm blanking. Another person. We did an open call last year, and I had people sharing their resources. Like, oh, these are some different ways that we give out points, just like creative ideas in case someone wants kind of to have a brainstorming session with someone else's ideas. And they're collaborating with one other gym owner, but they didn't say Roots, but I had suggested that. But yeah, the Roots one is for sale for very small fee. I think it's like
I think it's $20.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you get a whole kit on how to run an intramural.
It's cool.
Well
That's
worth
what I did last year.
yeah, so I think out of preservation of what she's doing, they're not going to post that literal one for free. But there's Craig's iteration of it. So that the marketing kit will include some of that. I was curious at how many people did do intramurals. So Paul, you said you guys do
Yeah.
your own version. Ren, you guys do it. See you do it.
Uh,
Cool.
When's that stuff coming out? This is going to be my first year. I think we're going to be able to do like a fun intramural. Last year was so small with starting out and new people.
Yeah.
This year has already been a little bit talking about it. So I'm excited about that. But that stuff will be in there to help me with that this year.
That stuff will be in there. And I can also send you the link to the call we did last year where everyone kind of talked about some fun ideas just to
Okay.
get the wheels spinning. That was the marketing kit. Again, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, but I know they are hustling to try to get it out now. And I saw it and it's just fresh out of Mike's mind on paper, he's the one creating it. And then I just saw yesterday the more polished version that will be eventually what you guys get. But I think it's still getting revised and then they're gonna have to upload it all. So I thought it was going to be live this week, which is why I was checking with my manager, like, can you just send me some of it and I'll just show them on the call really quick, like give you guys a little teaser. But I don't know if they said, wait, we're going to switch some of that around. Don't share it yet because she hasn't sent it over. But I think it will be either this week or if it's not this week, it has to get out next week because they're not going to do it the week of the holidays madness. And I know they wanted you guys to be able to get it by December. It's just really, it's like a one-man show putting it together and then having to get it revised by our copy team and things like that. So he's moving as quick as he can. And he did some calls with us, with our team to get some input. And I think of course, when the open dust settles, I'd love any input. If anyone's like, I looked at it, it was useless for me, like that, what would be useful for you? Or, I used that. I did exactly what it said to a T, and it was super helpful to get more people to sign up. Or, I do think that's a cool thing moving forward because it's hard to feel like you have to stop everything to just now sudden focus on this whole new project that lasts for months long. And if you've been doing it since its inception, if you've been around for 10 or 15 years, it's maybe a little less daunting. I don't want to discount how overwhelming it is. But
No, I feel like it gets harder because it's more people.
okay, there you go. So you're managing it a different thing. And so any amount of simplification or even just sharing ideas. You're like, we always do it this one way, but now I read the marketing kit and it's got me thinking of other ways that we can talk about it. Because the whole idea was to share concepts that are happening around the world in other gyms that maybe you're not doing. The goal wasn't to just put the obvious up there. You guys were like, yeah, we get it. We know. Tell people about the open. Thanks. So again, I would love any input. Hate the open, Mitch. I'm with you on that. I have a love-hate relationship with the open. It's a lot of work. I get it. As someone that has never owned the gym on your guys' level, but has had to run it for the owner, it is exhausting. And yes, so we'll see if this marketing kit helps. But anyway, Mike, in short, it's supposed to be out very, very soon. I would say days away. Any of you guys, so I saw how many people kind of do like an intramural thing. How many people do sort of like Zia, you were saying you have gymnastics class. Does anyone do specialized clinics as you get closer that focus on open movements or prep? Is that a thing that anyone does? Yeah.
I just kind of put it in programming.
Yeah,
Okay.
we typically run specialized classes, basically 3 of them, and it's always like a double under clinic and a handstand clinic, and then like a muscle up clinic. It's always good. I mean, it's typically 10 to 15 people join, charge them $20, and they get a lot out of it. I don't know that we're gonna do it this year. I've lost a couple coaches and whatnot, and I'm just like, fuck, that's the last thing I want to worry about. But at the same time, I think it can be good either way. It definitely, I will say, the years that we have done it, it's definitely encouraged open sign up. I feel like, kind of like ahead of time. So I definitely think it's helpful. But yeah, like this year, I don't know what we're gonna do in a row. I think we're just gonna I don't know what we're gonna do yet. So
yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think intramurals caught on there for a while, and so sometimes it feels like if we're doing intramural or if we're not doing intramural, we're not fully in the open spirit. And I've never actually been a part of an open intramural. I've been at a lot of gyms that do awesome opens, and they don't. Oh, it doesn't always have to have that. I think there's a lot of people still do Friday night lights. You just aren't on a team, and everyone's just super hyped. And maybe there's some sort of food or food truck, and but you're not doing it for intramural points. You're just doing it because this is the workout. And
I'm
so
doing boys versus girls this year.
nice. That'll be good. Do you have coaches lead the teams?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're just going to do boys. They're going to be big teams. So I might be shooting myself in the foot as far as like, because I make the coaches track like
Mhm.
the teams, but now that it's just going to be two big teams, it might be a lot more work. But we're going to do boys versus girls.
Be fun.
And then, yeah, have like a food truck situation going on. That gets people that even aren't doing it back at the gym participating, which is always really fun.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think the open can be definitely used for your advantage, but you have to have the bandwidth, the energy, the interest, and in order to sell it because as we
At
know,
least it's only 3 weeks now, not 5. That's yeah.
yes, it's a little bit.
Remember when it was 6?
Yeah, I do. Fucking miserable.
That was the year that I was running it for Valley
Oh,
CrossFit. That was extremely painful. When they said we're going to extend it, I think I cried a little bit. I was just like, just make it go away. Um, does anyone do any partnerships with local businesses that are like during that? I dropped in at a gym in San Jose, CrossFit Kindred, when I was for one of the open workouts, and they did a big intramural open and they got it sponsored by a lot of local businesses. So they had put up a bunch of banners of all of the businesses that sponsored the open specifically. They weren't gym sponsors.
Craig does that really
Yeah.
well. He
Yeah.
had like 20 sponsors. I did a sponsor for each open last year. So for the first one,
Yeah.
Viore came and sponsored it and they gave away gift cards and they had a booth. And then for the second one, Thorn did. And then for the a third one, Rad came
Oh, cool.
and gave away some stuff. But Craig did it really, really well. He had like 20 different sponsors for the whole thing. And then I have our local food person, Fiero's, comes and serves food
Yeah.
each week.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like when you first hear it, it sounds like more work. I know for Craig and for the Kindred ladies that they crushed it with that. I mean, they were getting not just giveaway stuff, but they were getting actual monetary sponsorships. And so they not only covered the extra cost of the open, but they banked, I think, around 2 grand, which was nice little cushion at the start of the year for them. And and of course they're having to put a lot into that. But it was a really cool, and they're not a massive gym like a Diablo, which is, and not to discount what Craig's done and what he's built, but this gym was modest sized and they really just went out there and reached out to a bunch of local people. They had a DJ that was one of the sponsors and he was there each obviously for each of the events, but he's got his cards out, he's showcasing his ability and hopefully getting some business out of it. So I think obviously he's connected to the gym. If he wasn't a direct member, he was knows a member, but yeah, so kind of a cool idea. It's always nice to have ideas. It's just then when it comes to having to execute them all, and you're the one having to do it all, of course. So not trying to just be like, yeah, guys, just go out and get a bunch of money. What's wrong with you? Why don't you just make the open amazing? It's a lot. What would be kind of helpful things for you guys, do you think, that would help either organize it or take things off your plate? Is it just about like manpower? I just don't have enough people, or I don't know.
I'm just curious on what the marketing is going to look like for. I mean, like again, some of us on this call have been doing CrossFit for a really long time and all the things, whatever else. Like, but like, so it's. I feel like it definitely is harder and harder each year to like get people motivated to do the open.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see what the marketing looks like to kind of try to get back to that. Like, we're not trying to qualify for the freaking games, right? Like, there's a reason why we're doing this, like the community aspect of it. And I mean, again, I feel like we as a gym do a pretty decent job of it, but also we still like I want people to sign up for it, even though, like last year, I think we had like 60 something people sign up for the intramural, but we had like literally like 22 people sign up for the open.
The actual open.
So it's,
Yeah.
so then we started trying to encourage like, well, you get an extra point if you sign up for the open. It's like, well, fuck that point. I don't need that point. I'm not going to spend $20 or $40 for a shirt, or whatever. So
Yeah. What do you sign up for the open yourself? Not try to put you on the spot.
yeah, I've done it every year for like what,
Do you
15
do
years
it like out of the compulsion of like, but then I won't have my streak of all my years? Do you do it
now?
because you want
100%.
to see?
I do. I mean, yeah, I personally just do it because I like a little bit of extra motivation.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it like I'm not like I've hit the qualifiers for like the age groups and all the things, whatever, but I
yeah,
still don't like sign up for that. I'm not paying the money to finish
sure.
in the top 800, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, again, it's harder to push my members, I feel like sign up for, because it just like there was that sticking point, 3-4 years ago where it's like, why are we doing this?
Do any
And
of
so
them do like the local 5K or something like that?
some of them, I mean, again, and that's the thing, is we're just not a competitive gym. Like we're here.
No, but like most people don't, like I did the turkey trot. I didn't do it to compete.
Right.
And I could have just got up on Thanksgiving and ran on my own time, but I did the turkey trot,
Yeah.
And I was
It's the
super
same
annoyed with
concept.
all the people, all the strollers that were in my way. And I wasn't trying to get a fast time. I just was like, I'm gonna twist an ankle trying to go around these people. Why didn't I just run out my door? I'm signed up for a High Rocks because a member wanted to do it and wanted to partner up. So I'm going to be down in Anaheim if any of you guys are going to be there this on Friday. And I could have just done those. I've been doing those events or those what all the equipment I have. I could just do it in my front
Yeah.
yard. So why do we do these things is kind of the thing. And that I just loop the open in as one of those.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I agree
None of us
100%.
are
I mean,
joining the 5K to win. I mean, we don't literally, they tried to hand me the turkey trot medal. I was like, keep it. I don't want more garbage that I need to throw away later. It's
yeah,
like,
we sell it as just like, I mean, again, like get out of your comfort zone a little bit, right? Like, I mean, we're all doing hard things, and it's gonna push you and challenge you to do that, that one thing that you wouldn't typically do on a Thursday afternoon in class, right? So like that's just the way that we try to push it. But and again, not that the
about like
marketing
having
is going
that
to
skin in
change.
the game. There's something
Right. Oh,
about having
totally.
it ante
Yeah.
up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I'm just curious to see what the marketing kind of looks like, because
Yeah.
I'd like to spend less time on that on my end and have some, like have the other stuff being done for me again in my own world. But I think a lot of people, other people too, could kind of benefit from that as well.
So just I'm gonna botch it a little bit because I saw it like 2 weeks ago and I haven't seen it again. But as far and Zia, jump in if you got a more recent update on this. But first of all, the marketing kit is gonna have like two different sides to it. There's going to be what I've kind of been talking about at the start of this call, which is almost like a game plan. It's going to be tips of things you can start to drip out in the whiteboard brief or in a newsletter, and it's literally meant to be like a instruction guide for you as the owner, take it or leave it. And then there's going to be the actual promotional marketing side of things, which is what you will see coming through on Instagram. And that's going to be kind of a continuation of the current marketing that you've been seeing, right? With which we've been getting a lot of great positive feedback on with like, the screw the quick fix and how that evolved into where we're at now, which is like the cult culture sort of play on words there. And so going into the open, they're going to have 3 separate rollouts. And I do not remember the exact amount of time for each one. It's not one per each week of the workout. This is leading up to workout number 1. So maybe there's like 2 weeks spent on each of these. Maybe it's a different cadence than that. But one of them is going to be sort of like prove it to, and I'm going to say it out of order, but it's almost like prove it to yourself, prove it to your not enemy, but like challenge someone, like call it out, call someone out. And like last year, I think they did one of like your frenemy or something like that. It was like, and
Yeah.
then they had like the top athletes naming their frenemies, and then they had just people at the gym being like, that's the girl I always go against. And then the final one I want to say is prove it to the world. So anyway, they're going to roll these out as different campaigns. They're going to have different customizable posts that you can do. And sort of some conversation starters that you can get going at the gym. So in terms of like what is the actual hard, tangible marketing, it's going to be rolled out in those 3 different waves. Zia, did you guys get any look on those yet?
Yeah, so it's pretty accurate. It's going to be a couple of, so there'll be ones, it's not marketed to the end user, it's marketed to your users. So CrossFit is going to do marketing themselves. That will be to like non-existing CrossFitters, but this will be just marketed to like, one of them is going to be like she said, challenging your friend, getting hyped up and like kind of comparing yourself to the community. Did you improve? And there's just like there's email campaigns and then there's drip campaigns you can add. So it's pretty cool. It's got good graphics. There's a lot of stuff from that you can put into Canva and then put your own marketing on. So it's more than you'll need to use. So you won't have to think about any of the marketing that you would have to do. You could just set it and go, which is nice. And you guys, yeah, it should be done this week.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, and I know
It's just little Mike all by himself. So
we've
it's
got
whenever
one
he
guy.
gets it done.
He needs
It's one
an
guy.
entire team because his job
I
is
know.
marketing and get it usable stuff for affiliates, and it's a one-man team, and he's amazing. So hopefully,
In regards to that, and I mean, I don't know if you're the person to ask whatever else. Like, so I just hired a new like social media person. She doesn't have like level 1. Like, is there a way for me to give her like access to the marketing, or do I just need to kind of like download the PDF stuff and give to her?
yeah, I think if without a level 1, they won't be able to get into the toolkit on their own. So yeah, you'll have to open those templates in Canva, whichever ones
Right.
you want to use. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We don't have a workaround for that just yet. Anything else, guys? Any other, what am I missing?
What I'm just gonna on what Mitch said. If we could have one assistant or one team member that's not, because it's not a coach that's doing marketing more often than not, and even for us, it's very similar with my manager who's not L1. So I'm passing everything along.
That's a great feedback point. I will.
Yeah, I agree. I have someone who doesn't have an L1. She's in our internship, but she's our front desk.
For this position, what do you guys think? Would they only need access to like marketing? Would like they not?
I mean, I was just going to say they don't need cap or
They don't need
anything,
cap.
just like
They don't need
marketing.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like one person that you can almost like position them as either admin or marketing or whatever, the way you attach a manager. That's a great idea. We'll just say staff member. That would streamline things for a lot of people, I think.
Because some of it doesn't get done because they're not getting the emails, and so they get a pass from me, and then she looks at it and she's already got her own plan.
I would imagine there could be a workaround where if they create a CrossFit ID, which obviously costs nothing, that's what you use to sign up for the open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Create a CrossFit ID. Now you have an email that's in our system that we would be able to make our system okay at.
Great.
We would just be able, I would think, I'm not obviously programming, but I would think they're like, that's
easy.
You had
that's Zia on the push press. Open.
Yes. All right. That's a great idea. Okay, cool. I'll let you guys know what I hear back on that. I've got our newsletter is going to go out soon, and I put out a few tentative dates and general locations, cities for some upcoming gatherings. So if none of those will work and you're not in an area that you'd be able to go to those, I'd love to hear from people. I kind of put it out in a newsletter a couple months ago, like anyone want to host or anyone know where they want gatherings to be. I dropped the owners and coaches conference in there because that is in our region, lucky for us. But we're looking at maybe LA area in early February. I think we're going to do a very, very small hangout post 26.1 because it's going to be a local announcement, and there's a chance we might be able to get some owners on site for that. And then looking to do April up in Oregon. So other stuff, I'm looking at when I can get up to Washington. Probably don't have Hawaii in the cards, unfortunately, although I'd love if we could all just rendezvous there. But I do know SoCal needs some more maybe a San Diego. And we'll definitely have NorCal covered with the conference happening there. So northwest of Seattle. How far are you?
Craig and I were just talking yesterday that we should add one to Washington.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to. I'm going to be going there. I just need to find out when.
Yeah,
Wait, how far?
we're like 40 minutes north of Seattle. So it's like kind of right, kind of again not to the Canadian border by any means, but and there's a decent, there's a decent amount of
Is
yeah.
that like Kirkland, Monroe area?
Yeah, kind of. So basically Kirkland is a little bit east of us. And then Monroe, same thing, like a little bit like northeast. So Monroe is literally like a 2 cities from where we're at.
Got it.
That could be cool. Would you want to host?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Because I actually think we could get some Canada gyms to come down too. They've been asking. They're like, if you do anything in Washington, and we had a few signed up for Seattle, they just weren't able to come when the day actually came. They had something came up, but I'm looking at if I'm going to be
We're
going
close
up
to
in.
like CrossFit Marysville's right next to us.
Okay.
And then like Jesse Ward from Locals
Then
and
what-
whatever, like he's pretty close to us. Like we're all kind of like in that little vicinity.
Yeah, that would be good.
Craig and I said that we would add one. So if you want to do that, we can.
Yeah. No, I definitely do. I don't have a travel budget, but I have a kid that goes to UW, so I think I was looking at home games in May, and if I could get up to one of her games and then sneak away and do a gathering, that would be amazing. So I'll work on that. That would be great. Or if not that, maybe even in June, because I think at some point I need to move her back home. So sorry, we don't have a lot of travel budget, so I'm going off of when I'm already going to be places. Um,
Yeah, no, I dig it. When I saw you put that email through a couple months ago or whatever else, like I wanted to say something, but I've been kind of in a sticking point. Like they sold the property that I'm on, and my landlord basically exited my lease, and I was on a month-to-month lease, but I just found out this week that the new owners are letting me stay and stuff. So it's been a lot off my plate. So it was a big worrisome of if I'm even going to keep going. So
yeah, really. Okay. Well, I appreciate the invite. I wrote that down for about a May or a June. We'll look at Northwest Washington Loop and we'll hopefully get that rolled out. It won't be listed in the newsletter because I got to see, but that'd be awesome too if we can get Zia and Craig up there as well. Very cool. What did I miss? What else, guys? Anything else open related? Anything else end of the year related? You guys already kind of planning out your calendar for 2026?
I got a question.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing in January to try to get people excited to come back to the gym or like catching, the resolutioners?
Resolutioners? Anybody do anything cool?
I always do like a reactivation with like past clients campaign, but I don't do too much like New Year, New You stuff as far as coming in. But I find that January is a big month for old members that have fallen off to come back. So I'll do like a big campaign for that in January.
Nice.
Cool.
yeah,
But
I'm
this year,
offering a free
honestly,
month.
I don't know.
I'm offering
3
a free
months.
month in January to any old members.
You're doing what?
A free month in January to all old members if they're not here anymore.
Cool.
That's exactly what I do.
You do the same thing? Okay.
Mhm.
Start anytime in January, get the rest of the month for free.
The rest of the month free, not a month free.
And do you send that out in January or do you start teasing it in December?
I'll start teasing it the last week of December.
Okay, cool.
Same thing.
How many do you usually see with that kind of thing?
Last year I got 13 back.
Nice. That's strong. Do any of them just like leave after the free month?
I think 2 of them did, but it's a chance
No.
you take. But yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
right
mean,
now,
this year I'm just going to be focused on growing.
just for this month for new members, we're doing by December, get January for free. So we've had a few people sign up with that.
That's cool.
But we'll cut that off real quick.
Nice. Oh, hi, Jen.
Hi.
Hey, long time no see.
I know. Sorry. Hi.
We've been talking about CrossFit marketing materials. Do we know a date that that's going to go live for owners? I know Mike's working so hard on getting it done, but I don't know if we had a date.
Yes, let me look. And that's why I joined real quick. I was just like, oh, I missed your Slack.
That's okay.
Because I was on with Joe at the strip.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. I think you
Jen's
said it.
birthday is on Thursday.
Yay.
Happy
Woo.
birthday.
I'll be 22.
Yep.
Big year.
Yes. The open. Let me Slack Mike real quick to ask when it's going to go live, but I can preview it
Okay.
if you want me to preview
Sure.
any of it.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about
You
how like,
guys-
he made like a game plan, and then we talked about some of the what the games team was, or was it Mike talking to us about? Yeah, Mike was talking about with how different segments will be like you against you proving it to yourself, you proving it to a person, like
Yeah.
call out a friend, and then you prove it to the world, sort of.
What resources come out? Okay. Yes, and then tomorrow I think we are emailing all the affiliate owners your specific code that gets you like your judges course. So that
Oh,
way
yeah. Did you guys hear about that? That you
Yeah,
get
but if you took the advanced judges course, that's good for 3 years, right?
that's so good. Yeah.
Yep. So you can give it to someone else if
But
you want.
you have to do like the certain level of judging. If you're doing like the more, you have to still have a current each year one. So that's why it'll still be
Oh.
helpful. If you're not doing those next level of what would it be for the quarterfinals?
Semi.
One semifinal.
Mike said stuff is going to go out by end of week. Preliminary open is coming, graphics, marketing plans with themes and key dates. So by the end of this week, that marketing stuff will be in the toolkit.
Nice. All right.
Next week will be a full launch.
Yes. Share. Okay. Okay. So the first thing is like our open overview. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys will have this and it kind of shows like your key dates, kind of like a sheet you could just put on your computer or something, what to expect. So we're going to do the 30, 60, 90 marketing plan of how to prepare your members, how to prepare your coaches, how to prepare your staff and yourself for that. Different themes and different ideas. You'll see on the next one, we kind of give you some different marketing tips. And then also a 6-week nutrition series with working with Jocelyn, who's been doing like a lot of our nutrition stuff to kind of have you prepared with educational material to get people ready for the open. We also have the training plan, and part of the training plans that it's coming out is there's an affiliate owner, also seminar staff, Oscar, who is using the training plans to create extra revenue for his gym. So he talks, like there's an article, he talks about that, which I think is like really, really key for us because lots of times we want to do gymnastic seminars or do this or clinics to get someone ready to possibly get their first bar muscle up during the open. Then it kind of gives some key dates for what comes after. It talks a little bit about gifting your members for the open and then some links for resources. So this will be one piece that's in there. I don't know. I switched slides. I don't know if you guys can see the switch.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see how to make it bigger. Okay, here we go. All right. So this will kind of be like December month at a glance. It talks about like team messages that you could send out to your team, member messages. So if you're doing text and social, how often to post, articles and resources that you can pull from, and then again, a recap on the new revenue stream for using the trainer plans and that. And it just kind of says like, obviously the basics, especially if you haven't ran the open before, but like determine how you want to run the open. Maybe you want to do it something different this year, incorporating skills, utilizing CAP, all of that for the open. Let's see what else. We also going to pull through, I'll share this. So we're going to have a couple of different examples of intramural options because that seems to be pretty popular for gyms to do. So we're going to do, obviously this is from Diablo, but we have a couple other gyms who've submitted like scoreboards and Google Sheets of just different resources for tracking like your different open workouts and your skills and however you want to do your point matrix on that. I think that's the same. Here's a different variation of it, of open scoring, kind of move through. Okay, and then, yeah, I think there's gonna be some updates to that. Let me see if I can get I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute. I'm gonna see if I can get the other stuff. You guys can talk while I'm looking for that stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I don't think we talked about the nutrition challenge that some gyms already do this. And so we thought we would just create a little bit of framework. And so Jocelyn Riley is drawing up what that would look like. Again, if you already work with a nutrition company or you guys already have that in-house, that's great. But I know some gyms are like, well, that would be nice, but that sounds like a huge lift for me to just whip up a 6-week nutrition challenge with all of the accountability and information. So Jocelyn's putting that together and that will be usable if anyone wants to do it, but doesn't want to create it from scratch.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I think that's the first time that we've
yeah. And I feel like she just got asked to make that like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because we were all talking about I was like, why doesn't education just do one for us? And then we're like, yeah, hey guys, build this out really quick. So hopefully it's like the first of many and you guys can try it out for us and tell us what you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to just give you guys kudos because it's been amazing to see like what's happening. Like I know it's a lot of work and I know it's all the things and people bitch and complain about what we don't get and all the things, but as a 12-year affiliate owner, I know there's plenty that have been longer, but like it's been really great to like log into my affiliate toolkit and be like, holy shit, look at all this stuff. Like it's been great. So give kudos to the team.
Awesome.
I
Thank
definitely
you.
second that. You guys, there's like so many more resources now. I don't have to go elsewhere to look for stuff. I can go to our dashboard now.
Yay. Awesome. Yeah.
Love hearing that it's helpful for existing long-standing affiliates. Sometimes that's a discussion. I think from the outside, if you don't actually go in the toolkit, the perception is that all that's in there is like starter stuff or new owner stuff. And I think that has now been not overshadowed, but it's kind of outweighed by how much stuff there is for existing thriving affiliates to just go in there and pull something every week. There is definitely stuff for new affiliates, but it's not the majority, like might be the misconception. So love that you guys are using it and finding it useful. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And we're working on like categorizing, I guess, things, if it makes sense. So like where some things are not as easy to find. So we're working on creating like a mother page with a child page underneath it, just like our websites. Open up about us. You've got your coaches, staff, and stuff. So we're working on that so we can better categorize our marketing materials and tools and just make that easier for everyone to get to.
Jen, we had a really good idea come up. Mitch and Ren was seconding it, and I think a lot of people were nodding along. And I don't know how tough it would be from a programming standpoint, or if you could find out if there is a specific reason why we would not allow this, but if there could be an option added to the staff where we could assign a person who is non-credentialed, non-level 1. Maybe we just get them a CrossFit ID and so they're in our system, but they do not need to have an active credential because they are not a trainer. They're more of an admin or more importantly, like a marketing person, a social media manager. And if they could just have their own access to just the marketing kit, they don't need CAP, they don't need all the other stuff. It would be so helpful rather than having to open it up, open all the Canva templates, and then get them, to use that. It would be a kind of a cool little assign this person as only able to access marketing because they are a admin or marketing person. So if there was any way we could create that, I think that would really expand the options when it comes to the toolkit. But again, I don't know what the rules are there. So
yeah. So that is on the list. We hear that feedback a lot from affiliate owners. So it is on the list of like wants within technology wise to do that. So it's out there. I don't know like if it can be easily done or when it will be done, but it's on like the list of this is important from that. So yeah. Mike offered to join and do a quick 3-minute recap if you guys want.
If you guys can stay on, Mike's awesome. I think it'd be worth it.
See, get him to join. I told him I just shared his secrets for the December. Because he said there will be more coming, but to start with, it'll be those two. So, yeah. Let me see if he's going to join.
I feel like we might need to start getting Mike on like a regular quarterly affiliate call that we create, and he could just kind of talk about what he's working on and what's coming.
Right. Yes.
Love that. There he is.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
How's it going, y'all?
We've been talking about you. Have your ears been burning for the last hour?
Well,
I texted him, so he knew we were talking about
I got a text from Zia, and then Jen slacked me the same question, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Talk about you in a room. We're on the West Coast call, so we're your people. Mike's down in LA, but
yeah.
we were talking mostly about the open and what's coming, and then Jen just shared some of that. So I don't know if there's anything exciting you wanted to kind of talk about that you're working on.
Yeah. So I think based off of the learnings of kind of who engaged with what and what was helpful last year, kind of taking a little bit of a different approach this year. So we'll have, I'm assuming you saw like what Jen said, showed the December kind of overview. There'll be that for the next kind of like 4 phases from now through end of February. Kind of viewing that like pre-open is coming now through like Christmas. What are just some general things that you could do to help get ahead? And then the day after Christmas through January 13th, kind of like all of that additional stuff that you should prep and have prepped so that when registration goes live on the 14th, you already know kind of like how you're going to execute. You're setting up all your marketing materials and messaging. And then January 14th, when registration goes live, you're already set and ready to go. So there'll be those two distinctions for January and then February as well. The theme that HQ is doing for this year is see you on the leaderboard. So I'll actually be providing kind of like all of those themes with the different timelines so that you guys could create your own materials if you guys want, or use some of the assets that we're providing and kind of be synced and aligned with what we're doing at HQ. In addition to that, something pretty cool that came from some calls with the field reps was to do a nutrition series of sorts. So in January, when coinciding with open registration go live, January 14th, we'll be doing 6 weekly themes, leading all the way up into the open. So you'll have a weekly article so that you could plug in with, an email if you're sending out to members, or if you want to do a blog post, whatever you kind of do on your end, a theme of the week like protein with assets like an 8.5 by 11 that you could post inside your gym, and 5 or 6 different Canva assets with like little quotes or additional bullet points that align with the weekly theme so that you could post on your social channels or just kind of use even for later on, right? Like this is evergreen content. There'll be a recipe video, and then I think that's kind of it. So like we're going to talk about protein, fats, carbs, recovery kind of that last week as the open starts. And the intention is just to take some of that stuff off your plate so you don't have to think about it and have this kind of ready to go in a format. So excited about that piece. And then I feel like those are kind of like the main
Oh,
things.
there's
And then graphics as well, graphics and videos.
So great.
Yeah, if you have questions or if you're like, hey, that's a really dumb idea, please let me know.
They were just talking about how they really appreciate a lot of the stuff that's been rolling out, and a lot of that is attributed to the work you've been doing, among others, on the team. So you missed the thank you, but
Yes.
Cool.
Everyone's appreciative.
Yeah, and if even for some of this stuff, if you think to do like, hey, something like this would be really helpful, like not only just for yourself, but for kind of the broader community. I mean, feel free to, you see my name there, but feel free to also ping Katie, Zia, or Jen. They share that feedback directly, and I mean, the nutrition piece was directly from a call. It wasn't even on my radar. I'm not an owner, but I have experience within marketing and managing gyms, so kind of use that as I kind of prepare stuff. Cool.
Crushing it, Mike. You're crushing it.
Yeah, we appreciate
Thanks.
Are
coming on the call.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
special guest on our call
I know,
today.
right?
Two of them, Jen and Mike.
So,
There we go.
West Coast, we're crushing it.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, thank you again.
Yeah.
You have any questions right now before we wrap up? All right. Thank you guys all for being on the call. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate you all. And have a good one. And if I don't see your faces, happy holidays. See you in January.
Bye all.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Hey, guys.